Hey everybody, it's your Uncle Bear. So, we're all feeling it right now. I am in, it is currently May 7th, and I'm in Fall Furious. I think I pronounced that right. I don't know. I've never known how to pronounce it. Fall Furious, whatever. Fall Furious. We'll go with that today because the fuel is sitting at $5.45 cash price and $5.53 credit price a gallon for diesel fuel. Now everybody's bitching up a storm about gas prices, fuel prices. Let's remember back just a couple years ago, when Biden was president. What were the fuel prices and gas prices then? They were $5-6 a gallon then, weren't they? And nobody was saying, nobody was bitching up a storm about that on social media and all over the place. Here's the thing, and I know a lot of you are going to go, well, you're a truck driver. This doesn't bother you? Yeah, I don't like fuel prices going up. I don't like the fact that Cat Scales raised their, as of May 1st, went up another 50 cents for a goddamn scale ticket. It's a fucking platform and a computer. It shouldn't cost 15 and a quarter. But everything's going up right now. And parts are up, shop labor's up, everything is up. And until we as owner-operators and trucking company owners, until we figure out that we're going to have to adjust our rates accordingly, trucking companies are just going to keep going under. We have to make a profit. Here's the thing, if you're not making a profit, then you're not going to be in business. That's just the long and the short of it, folks. We have to charge accordingly, and if we don't, we're going to go out of business. That's just common economics, profit and loss. And if you're losing money, you're not going to last. If you're making a profit, and you have to plan ahead, put a little bit aside every month to go towards your quarterlies, put a little aside every month, out of every trip, we subtract out so much per mile out of every load we haul. We figure a certain number of cents a mile goes for insurance and the maintenance fund and fuel and all of it. We go right down the list, and what's left over, well, that goes in Daddy's pocket. Which some weeks there isn't a whole lot going in Daddy's pocket, but that's how you have to do it. And if you're and those weeks when there's not a lot left going in Daddy's pocket, Daddy needs to figure out what he's doing wrong and why he's not negotiating for more. And that's the long and the short of it. You got to negotiate for more. So, if they won't do it, then leave that shit sit on the dock. It's like, I'm not in this because I enjoy your smiling faces out on the road. I've met some great people out here, but you know what? I'm not going to lose money just to see you again. It ain't happening, folks. So yeah, don't get up in arms over this. Just like I say, charge accordingly. And I'm not talking just truck drivers. I'm talking if you got a plumbing business, or you're an electrician, or a cab driver, an Uber driver, whatever. If you're not, if the gas prices are hitting you and the diesel prices are hitting you, then you charge accordingly. And then when the fuel prices come back down, then you can drop your rates back down again. That's just how it works. Especially in trucking, it's a cyclical industry. It goes in cycles, plain and simple. We've had high fuel prices. Hell, if you remember back in the 90s when they first came out with ultra low sulfur diesel fuel, remember that? That was in the Clinton administration, I think, that they came out with low sulfur diesel fuel. And fuel prices went up $5-6 a gallon. And that was back in the 90s. You know, shit, that's 30-some years ago. And, you know, we had a strike. You know, drivers were shutting them down right at the goddamn pump, saying, no, we're not doing this shit, you know. And, yeah, prices came down. Prices came down. But, like I say, it goes in cycles. So, everybody just grit your teeth, charge them what you gotta charge to make a profit. And that's just the way it is. You know, have a great day, everybody. Be safe out there, and don't forget, as always, if you like these videos, like them, subscribe to the channel, and of course share them with all your friends. All right, be safe out there, everybody.